Truly wonderful. Be seated, gentlemen. Brother Dennis? Brother Dennis.
Rev, you'll have to excuse him. You see, he was up late last night. I'm sure you don't want to hear a story of loose men and reckless women.
Oh, I do, but not at this time. I'll be sure not to leave without telling me the story. Brothers and sisters, I had in mind today as the text of my sermon, how to grow poppies for fun and profit. But since my arrival, there has been a resurrection in my thinking. I decided instead that the text of my sermon would be, wake up, y'all. To each and every one of you, I say, wake up. Now, I suppose without a doubt, there are many of you there assuming that I'm making a direct reference to Brother Dennis. But not so. Brother Dennis is resting. Resting because his body is tired. That's right. People that I'm telling to wake up are those of you sitting there asleep with your eyes open. Can I get an amen for the people asleep with their eyes open? Amen. Yes, it is. A lot of them out there sitting with their eyes open as wide as silver dollars while their mind is in a coma. Yes. I say to you, friends, cash in them silver dollars on some intelligence. They're the ones I want to wake up.
All right, man.
After Brother Dennis is rested, he will open his eyes. After he has opened his eyes, then he too must wake up.
Tell it like it is.
Yes, but let us not wait for Brother Dennis. Sleep on, Brother Dennis.
Sleep on, sleep on, sleep on.
And get your rest.
All right.
For your eyes are closed in the greedy jaws of doom.
Right on, Rev.
Now, friends. The first thing we have to wake up to is the fact that many of y'all have been lying on the devil.
Well.
That's right. Can I get an amen?
Amen for the devil.
Brother Daniel, please dispense with the ad-lib. Just coming on cue and leave it at that. Many times, friends, I've had members of my flock say to me, Rev, the devil made me do it.
Well.
And I say, really? Well, how did the devil make you do it? And they say, Rev, I was walking along the street. That's what they say. They say I was walking along, and the devil come running up behind me. Then the devil came running up behind me with temptation.
Amen for the temptation.
Whoa! Let me tell you the way the situation really is. Actually, when you get down to the nitty-gritty, the devil hasn't got time to chase you.
Well.
You know why? Because there's such a big crowd hanging around the devil, begging him to tell them what to do. There isn't room for the devil to move.
All right.
The devil can't go nowhere. The devil can't chase nobody. The devil's a very busy man. Friend, the devil is on the job 24 hours a day. That's right. The devil isn't worried about the rent.
Rent.
Devil doesn't get hungry.
Hungry.
Devil doesn't get sleepy.
Sleepy.
Devil hasn't been to sleep in quite a while. And a lot of those people hanging around the devil hadn't had any sleep in quite a while either. That's right. As a matter of fact, I'm getting kind of tired myself. Amen for the tiredness.
Amen.
Now, friends, what happens is, a lot of times, many of y'all get tired standing there in line waiting to get instructions from the devil. So you say to yourself, I'm gonna go ahead and do it on my own. Then you get out there and you mess the thing up. Then after you get busted and the man gets you downtown and asks you why you did it, you say the devil made me do it. Actually, if the devil was guilty of half of the things he'd been accused of, he'd have been in jail a long time ago. Hey, man, can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yes. What is it, brother?
Red. Is there hell?
Not at this time. Yes, but there is a heaven. Yes, there is. I've had many of the flock say to me, Rev, is there heaven? Because they feel they catching hell. Friends, I say to you, there is a heaven. Heaven is in the morning when you open the window and you stick your head outside and go, and you smell the scent of the magnolias blowing across the land. That's heaven. When you hear the birds twitter in the trees. Twitter. You're standing there in the bathroom shaving and you get the smell of coffee coming up from the kitchen. That's heaven. Unless it's the house next door. Yes. Now, friends, like I say, there is no hell now, but there is gonna be.
Why?
I thought you'd never ask. I tell you why. Because in the beginning, when the chief made the world, he made the world round, like a ball. Because he wanted life to just bounce along. That's how he wanted it to be. He wanted people to be happy. Just go bouncing along through life. That's how he wanted it to be. Can I get an amen for the bouncing along?
Amen for the bouncing along.
Then he made 2 axles after he made the world, and he put 1 axle at the North Pole. Can I get an amen for the axle at the North Pole?
Amen for the axle at the North Pole.
Put the other axle at the South Pole. Can I get an amen for the axle at the South Pole?
Amen for the axle at the South Pole.
Yes, sir. You know why I put the axles at the top and the bottom? Because he wanted the world to revolve. That's what he wanted. Wanted the world to revolve like that so he could talk to the people. Have that excuse me. So, in order for the world to spin around good on the axle, put a lot of oil and grease in the center of the world. A lot of oil and grease. So the world would turn easily. And life would bounce along for the people. That's how I want it to be. Wanted the world to run smooth. Can I get an amen for the smoothness of the running of the world?
Amen for the smoothness of the running of the world.
Watch out. Now, friends, let me tell you what's happening. Y'all won't believe this.
Well, why say it?
There are a bunch of sinners in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California. Have I left out any states?
Oklahoma.
Yes. Yes, they're in Oklahoma, too. And what they're doing, friends, is they're stealing the Lord's oil. Yes, they are. See, they're stealing the Lord's oil. Friends, a few months ago, I was staying at a motel right across from the Los Angeles airport. I was just checking in the motel. I looked out of my room window and I saw it. There was this great big thing over there going like that. Pumping the Lord's oil out of the ground. Stealing it. I looked, I couldn't believe it. Went to sleep. About 12 o'clock that night, I got up and I went to my window and I stood up on the dresser and I looked, and in the distance I could see a multitude of them. You know what they were doing? They were going like this. Going like this, stealing the Lord's oil. Now let me tell you what's gonna happen. Preach. Pretty soon all the oil's gonna be gone. And when the oil's gone, it's gonna be dry down there. And when it gets dry, the earth's gonna start rubbing against the axle. When it starts rubbing against the axle, it's gonna be friction. And friction starts fire. And when that fire starts, you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be hell, y'all.